Welcome, Taurus, to your August 2020 reading. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, Taurus, this month I feel is going to not necessarily be challenging. It's just a little bit testing. And it is because of this Uranus energy. It came out in the Astro deck, and it also came out in my notes because Uranus is going retrograde and it is in Taurus. So it's really affecting your sign. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, but mainly Sun signs, Sun, Taurus. That can be Vedic, however you resonate, cross watchers are always welcome. But if you are dealing with a Taurus, this can maybe shed a little bit of light on what they're going through at this time. So, Taurus, this Uranus energy, this is going retrograde August 11th to January 10th, right? So it's a decent amount of time, and this planet is all about massive change. A lot of the planets come with a lot of change because the universe and these planetary elements and aspects are all about transformation and change and growth. You just think about science and the way the universe works and how it expands and grows and it contracts and it expands, kind of like I get this visual of like a black hole. So, it might seem redundant when you think about retrogrades and how a lot of them can be very symbolic, and a lot of the planets share similar aspects and elements, because really what I believe it is teaching us within the astrology and the universe is just spiritual evolution, spiritual growth. So it's all about this expansiveness, like the universe, right? And Uranus, it's like cracking us over. It's like revelations. And when Uranus is in Taurus, I actually was looking at this. I think it happens every 84 years. Don't correct me, but it's a long time before it gets back to each sign. And last time that it was in Uranus, Taurus in Uranus, there was a lot of industrial revolution. We had like World War III, I believe. Like there's just a lot of change. And now we're witnessing this technological change, advancements, and some of that can be kind of scary. It can be big change, and that is externally, right, macro, and then internally, micro within us, especially for Taurus signs. So you're really feeling the shakeup, and as an earth sign, but again, based on your chart, it can change, right? We're all very different. All Tauruses are not created equal, but Taurians can be a bit stuck in resistant to change, depending on where you are in your spiritual growth and also your chart. But don't resist the change is really what I want you to hold true to you for August. Don't resist. Let it crack open. Let your true self show. This is the real awakening. This is the real you awakening. And I really feel like you're going to be feeling that in August. You're going to have a lot of trials and tribulations, like little tests, nothing major. But with the Mars aspect in the 12th house, you're feeling very conservative and private about your life. The 12th house is very much the subconscious mind. So you're going within, you're really thinking about who you are and like awakening, and it's like cracking you open, and you're like, I want to share these things. But with that 12th house Mars energy around you, I feel like you're just kind of keeping it to yourself a bit. But I think the end of the month, you're going to be opening up, because there's going to be a lot of great days where the energy is just going to be really buzzing for you, and you're going to feel that vibrant energy kind of come out of its shell. Because I think you just kind of been in this transition, just like most signs, all of us on the planet, we're all connected to this collective consciousness. So we're all kind of feeling the buzz of August. And like I've been telling all the signs, we really are going to be going through this till fall and beyond. We're always having shakeups and changes and growth. But a lot of these major aspects of 2020 are not going to be wrapping up until the end of the year. So fall, winter, we'll see a lot of things come full circle come December. But given August as a general message for you, I do think the front end of the month, you're going to be kind of going within, doing your own thing. That 12th house, you know, very dreamlike, maybe having a lot of visions, but, you know, kind of private. And then come around August 16th, the new moon, August 18th, you're going to be having a lot more decisions and coming out. And this Mars energy and Sun in Leo is going to be more expansive. And that new moon, August 18th, is in your 4th house. So maybe some changes around the home. 4th house is all about home and family. So maybe a move, figuring out where you want to establish your roots. You know, that's going to be a major theme around the new moon, August 18th. And the end of the month, I just feel like the second half of the month, you're just going to feel a lot more inspiration and things actually coming out and manifesting for you, because you have this energy that's buzzing more towards the end of the month. So let it happen. Even with that Uranus retrograde happening, let it open you up. I'm just seeing this vision of like an egg. It's like fertile, you know, and then it just kind of starts to slowly crack open and you start to shed the layers of that shell, right? So reshaping, reshifting. So pay attention to this Uranus energy because it's showing up in your reading. And along with the other cards here in the pre-shuffle, there's a lot around resistance. Do not resist. You have the resistance card show up here. Don't resist this change. It might be hard. Your perception might be a little bit skewed, you know, but try to be open. I'm getting this, try not to look at life from one lens. You know, what's tried and true is good for you. But I want you to try to see from a broader perspective, kind of like you're a bird from like the nest, you know, a bird's eye view. I want you to kind of have that vision for the rest of this year, okay? Your perception, it's falling, the perception card is falling underneath the resistance card. So I really want you to open up your perspective, you know, your networking, you know, try not to resist change. Be open to different people's perspectives. I am also saying this because these two cards are screaming that at me. You have the 5 of air in reverse and the 2 of air. Air energy is all about communication. So especially around communication for August, you need to open up those pathways. You need to stop being closed off, potentially. You know, use your own intuition. Like I said, this is a general reading, okay? The power of free will is always at play. But this is just energy that helps you spiritually. My readings are very much around spiritual growth in general. So what I'm seeing here is a need to open up with communication, not being too closed off, not too black and white with this 2 of air. You know, this polarity that's within all of us, the black and white, the light, the shadow self, the integration of both. When it's in the reverse, it's kind of like you're being closed off to this idea, this polarity, maybe being too black or too white. So you're having to kind of balance your energies and not be too rigid or closed off. And I'm sensing this energy is here because of the 12th house placement that you're feeling in the beginning of August. So whenever you find this reading, just let these messages resonate as they serve you, right? But I'm sensing that that's what this is kind of picking up on, is that 12th house kind of feeling detached and kind of cocooning because you're in that you're in that shell still, so you're just very fragile, and I think you're blossoming and you're blooming, but there's still that shell that's surrounding you. It's like this protective shield with the shielding card. I think that you've been shielding yourself because you're going through this birthing process and you're just very fragile, okay? But I do feel like universe is pushing you to like not resist and to open up. to become more confident. You know, this is Leo season, so it's all about creative confidence. So really letting yourself blossom and bloom and reshape and reshift. You know, shield yourself just enough to gain your footing is what I'm getting. But there comes a time that you have to open up and allow yourself to see things and not be too rigid. With this 5 of air in reverse, this is also talking about, you know, not really showing empathy and compassion. You need to embrace forgiveness. So those that have hurt you in the past, you felt betrayed, you have to try to let go of that burden. And so you can go through this gate, you know, you can't bring that burden along with you anymore. You have to walk through this gate with clarity and compassion and empathy and forgiveness in order to really fully blossom is what I'm getting for you. Doing so will give you more confidence, and it will help you to keep the mask off, right? Because in this picture you see the mask here. It will help you to embrace that forgiveness as empathy. Instead of putting this mask back on again and repeating that same cycle is what I'm getting. So if there's anyone that wears a mask around you that you feel is not really being true to you, try not to judge them too harshly is what I'm getting from this card. Try to embrace that, understand that, have a bird's eye view is what I'm getting. When you can see things from a different perspective, perception card here, when you can see things from a different perception, that allows you to embrace forgiveness and empathy and, you know, not be too judgmental. And the King of Air here, again, you have 3 air cards, all about communication, opening up the communication lines, and doing so with clarity and wisdom. The wisdom card here. You've gained a lot of wisdom through this like birthing process, this rebirth, this death rebirth processes I'm feeling for you. You're no longer letting other people dictate your life, I'm feeling. I feel like you're being empathetic towards this new change, because I do think there is change here, especially with Uranus and Taurus. And you're no longer crowd surfing. You know, you're not amongst this chaos of other people. You know, you forgive, you embrace that, you're empathetic, but you're speaking your truth. You're saying, this is who I am. I forgive you. I embrace this change, but I can no longer potentially have that in my life. But at least you're communicating that is what I'm getting. At least you're being open, not wearing a mask and just putting on a front, right? You have to speak your truth, okay? You want reciprocity. You want equal give and take. You don't want to repeat the same old cycles with the World card in reverse. You want people in your life that are going to build you up, not break you down is what I'm getting here. And also with the Virgo card here, we have Virgo and Libra. This is like paying attention to the details with the Virgo energy, earth energy, and also Libra, balance, right? Balancing out the scales. So lots of balance, tedious. I'm seeing, you know, like I said, this is like you're in that birthing process in August. You're becoming more confident with the solar plexus energy, opening up. Your confidence is starting to spark, that the shell is cracking, you know, out. That's what I keep envisioning here, is like, it's just like a rebirth process, and it's beautiful. You had also the crown and the heart chakra card. So I really do think that you're opening up, being more empathetic. You're getting these downloads from spirit that is directly correlated to your heart and connecting to your heart. And you feel that connection with spirit and you embrace that. And that's what allows you to have compassion and empathy for others, is when you have that direct connection to spirit. It's what's helping you navigate these waters and to blossom. And to do so with confidence is what I'm getting. You know, hard work, 8 of Earth wants to pop out here. This is hard work, putting in the work. You know, like I think the beginning of August mainly is like, okay, plotting and planning, you know, slowly opening up. And by the end of the month, I just see you blossoming. I see you speaking your truth. But yes, it's taking a lot of research. Page of Air pops out. Doing the work, investigation, speaking your truth with that King of Air, tons of air energy here. You might be dealing with a fellow air sign. Communication is so important for you this month, and making sure that you take the time to really speak clearly and authentically. Knight of Air, tons of air energy showing up. Direct communication for you or those that surround you, making sure that you are speaking your truth. Authenticity is screaming out to me for you for the month of August. Like I said, Uranus and Taurus is really awakening the real you. Huge revelations, okay? Seven of Earth, earth energy, waiting, anticipation. You go from the 7 to the 8. Tons of hard work that you've been putting in. You know, you've been sitting in this energy and just being diligent, I see. And now you're finally like, okay, I'm ready to communicate. I'm ready to come out. You know, I'm no longer resisting. I'm open to spirit, you know, asking spirit for their guidance, you know, connecting to your heart, tapping into what your heart truly desires. Creating that reciprocity, whether that be in work or love. This is a general message. If you want to go a bit deeper, we can always do a private reading and connect a little bit deeper into exactly the specifics of your situation, Taurus. But I am seeing that you've been waiting. You know, the fruits of your labor, you know, are coming to fruition is what I'm seeing here. You're just really being yourself. This crowd surfing card just keeps drawing me in. You know, you're no longer just blending in with the crowd, because that's brought in you so much chaos in the past where you just felt like you weren't being yourself. You no longer can resist that anymore. You're like, you know what, this is who I am, and love it or hate it, you know? But you got to speak up. You got to really speak that out to the world. You can no longer hide. The High Priestess in reverse. You got to truly be yourself. High Priestess, you know, that's really understanding yourself, right? High Priestess sees all, you know, below the surface. Very Piscean energy, moon energy, connecting in with the new moon on August 18th. Big awakenings around your roots, your home, your family. Who is your tribe, right? Secrets are coming out with the High Priestess in reverse. Maybe there are some things that, you know, will be awakened to you, allowing you to not resist anymore, because now you see the truth for what it is. You know, but being diligent, 7 and 8 of Earth, you're just truly having to be patient. Moon energy here, yet speaking your truth. Wish fulfillment is coming in for you as long as you can open up. Ace of Air is in reverse. Again, tons of air energy. You need to speak up, or someone around you. You need to clear the air. But again, don't do so with harshness. Like I said, that 5 of Air and 2 of Air in the beginning of your reading. You have to compromise. You can't be closed off. You can't be too rigid. You can't be too harsh. Even if you want to rip someone's head off, okay? You have to maintain the practical earth grounded energy that's surrounding you in this reading. The 7 and 8, you know, slow and steady wins the race, right? Even in communication. Okay, being methodical about how you communicate is what I'm getting. Anything else for Taurus here, please? 5 of Air. Yeah, again, air energy everywhere. You can't win at all costs. You know, if anyone around you is trying to tear you down or vice versa, you really have to rise above that energy and see that, like, a lot of people are maybe at a lower energy than you. They're stuck. Could be someone else. It doesn't have to be you. It could be a Pisces, fellow water sign. But you can't win at all costs, because both people that are battling against each other are just going to burn down. You know, like fighting fire with fire. You know, it's only going to actually hurt both parties. This is what I'm getting here. So at one point, you can't keep resisting. You know, someone has to drop their sword here, you know, and just come from a humble, practical place of acceptance. No more waiting, no more resisting. You have to start looking out for yourself. 9 of Earth here, right? This is abundance. This is self-care. So important for you this month. Really focusing on what it is that you truly desire and need. And I think by the end of the month, like I said, you're going to be opening up to all this hard work that you've been putting in on yourself and self-care. Maybe some things that you have been keeping hidden from other people around you. It's now time to open up, reveal who you are, speak with integrity, have that confidence, you know, understand that you need to move through this gate, and, you know, it's going to bring you abundance. You know, 3 of Cups, this is all about creative collaboration, but you need to make that choice, and you need to speak clearly. Yeah, I'm getting speak clearly, methodically, and be patient, really. 7 of Earth, 8 of Earth, being very patient and knowing that by the end of this month, as long as you maintain a bird's eye view is what I'm getting for you, you can have this 6 of Earth, this reciprocity. This new cycle wants to open up for you. Beautiful cycles are closing out, and you're having to understand, gain this higher perspective is what I'm getting, Taurus, to move into this new cycle with the World card here. Okay? In the description box below, you can reach out to me. We can do a private reading. And also, I will have a list of guided meditations to work on your solar plexus. That is in the heart of your reading, as well as the crown and the heart, to illuminate the truths with this High Priestess card here, illuminating some of those inner workings of you and also other people around you, connecting to source through your crown, really opening up your heart so you can empathize and understand others, and communicate that, right? And communicate in a way that you actually can all close chapters, you know, so you're not going through this gate carrying any burdens anymore. Justice can be served. You can move forward. You can tread lightly. I think that's what I might title this video. It's time to tread lightly. Practically. Grounded energy, which is all you, Taurus. You got this. The world is here. New cycles, new energy. Don't resist. Sending you love, Taurus. Bye-bye.